Hi everyone, so today we're going to be cooking some easy cook basmati Tarka rice. So here I'm just doing one serving, which is roughly about 1 cup of basmati rice, and the other ingredients we're going to be using is a teaspoon of cumin, a teaspoon of garam masala, a teaspoon of turmeric, about half a teaspoon of pepper and a sprinkle of chili powder. We're also going to be using 2 cardamom pods, 1 piece of star anise and 1 bay leaf. We're going to be using a teaspoon of garlic puree, a teaspoon of ginger puree, 1 chopped onion, and before we begin I tend to soak the basmati rice in some cold water for up to 10 minutes just to draw out any starch, and before we start cooking the rice I tend to replace this water with some fresh cold water. Once we've replaced the water with some fresh cold water covering the basmati rice, we're going to add a pinch of salt, and we're going to bring the basmati rice up to the boil. So moving on to the spice mix and the onions, I've got a previously oiled pan here, and once the oil has come up to the heat, we're going to add the spices to the pan. And we're also going to add the garlic puree, a teaspoon, and the ginger, about a teaspoon. Once you've added your spices and your garlic and ginger puree to the pan, we're just going to mix that through and leave it for a couple of seconds just to release the flavours. And then we're going to add our chopped onion to the pan. Just bring the heat up a slight bit. We're going to coat the onions in the spice mix. Smells delicious. So we're just going to turn the onions down to simmer until they go soft. Once your basmati rice has came up to the boil, we're going to add the bay leaf, the star anise and the 2 cardamom pods, and we're going to turn that down to simmer for roughly about 9 to 10 minutes, stirring occasionally. Coming back to the softened onions on the pan, we're going to turn up the heat slightly just to brown the onions, and this is an essential part of this as it adds to the flavour of the Tarka rice. So we're just going to ensure the onions are browned around the edges. And now we're going to turn off the heat and we're going to set that mixture to the side for later. So once your rice is softened and thoroughly cooked, we're going to turn off the heat and we're going to strain the rice out. Once your rice has been strained, we're going to rinse it with a splash of cold water, and then we're going to fluff up the rice. And transfer it into a bowl to mix with the onions. I'm going to remove the bay leaf from the rice. You can also remove the cardamom pods and the star anise if you wish to do so, but in this case I like to leave it in just because it adds to the flavour. I don't tend to eat those. So now we're going to add the onion mix to the rice, and we're going to mix that together. Once your onions and rice are mixed together, the Tarka rice is now ready to serve. You can also add a sprinkle of fresh coriander, and I like to add half a slice of lemon.